All right, man. We on time, so let's get it while I have the energy. You, you bars. Okay. UAW, Ugandhi, ubiquitously, ubiquity, U boat, UC, utter, UEW, UFO, Uganda, uglify, uglification, ugliness, uglily, ugly duckling, Ugrian, Ugric, uh, UHF, Alon, Ulon, Utlander, UK, UK's, Ukraine, Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic, Ukulele, Oser, UK, or Ook, Oserate, Oseration, Oserative, Oserousness, Eulin, Eula, Eulos, Eulus, Oster, Ulteriorly, Ultimately, Ultimateness, Ultimathul, Ultimatum, Ultimo, ultra conservatively, um, ultra conservatism, ultra conservatism, my fault, ultra conservatism, ultra high frequency, ultraist, ultramarine, ultra micrometer, ultra microscopic, ultra microscope, ultra microscopical, ultra microscopy, ultra modern, ultra nationalism, ultra nationalistic. My fault. You bars are something else. Ultrasonic, ultraviolet, ululate, ululation, Ulysses, umbulated, umbular, umbulated, umbilical, uh, umbilicious, umbrageous, umbrella tree, umiac, umiat. Let's see. Umpire, umpirage, umsteen, UMT, UMW, unaccountableness, unaccountably, unaccustomed, unadvisedly, unadvisedness, unaffectedly, unaffectedness, unamerican, unanimous, unanimity, unanimousness, unanimously, unapproachably, unapproachableness, unarmed, unassailableness, unassailably, unassumingly, unassumingness, unattached, unavailingly, unavoidableness, unavoidably, unawareness, unbalance, unbar, unbecomingly, unbecomingness, unbeknown, unbelief, unbeliever, unabashed, unabated, unabbreviated, unabetted, unable, unabridged, unabsorbed, unacademic, unaccident, unaccented, unacceptable, unacclimated, unaccommodating, unaccompanied, unaccomplished, unaccounted for, unaccredited, unacknowledged, unacquainted, unadaptable, unaddressed, unadjustable, unadorned, unadulterated, unadvisable, unaffiliated, unafraid, unaided, unaimed, unallied, unalloyable, unalloyed, unalterable, unaltered, unambiguous, unambitious, unamusing, unannounced, unanswerable, unanswered, unapparent, unappeasable, unappeased, unappetizing, unappreciated, unappreciative, unapproached, unapt, unarmed, unarrested, unartistic, unashamed, unasked, unaspiring, unassailed, unassigned, unassisted, unbelievingly, unbendingly, unbendingness, unbidden, unbind, unblessed, unblushingly, unbolted, unborn, unbosom oneself, unbowed, unbowed, unbraced, unbridled, unbridled, unbrokenly, unbrokenness, unbuckle, unburden, uncage, uncalled for, uncanny, uncannily, uncanniness, uncapped, unceremoniously, unceremoniousness, uncertainly, uncertainness, unattainable, unattained, unattempted, unattended, unattested, unattired, unattractive, unauthentic, unauthenticated, unauthorized, unavailable, unavenged, unbacked, unbaked, unbandaged, unbaptized, unbearable, unbeaten, unbefitting, unbelievable, unbetrothed, unbiased, unblameable, unblamed, unbleachable, unblemished, unboned, unbought, unbounded, unbraid, unbranched, unbranded, unbreakable, unbreached, unbridgeable, unbridged, unbrotherly, unbruised, unbrushed, unbuilt, unburied, unburned, unburnt, unbusinesslike, unbuttoned, uncancelled, uncared for, uncarpeted, uncaught, unseizing, uncelebrated, uncensored, uncertainty, uncertainty, uncharitableness, uncharitably, unchristianlike, unchristianly, unchurched, unshily, uncircumcised, uncivilness, uncivilized, unclad, unclasped, uncle, uncleanly, uncleanness, uncleanliness, Uncle Sam, uncloak, unclosed, uncloth, uncoil, uncomfortableness, uncomfortably, uncommonly, uncommonness, uncommunicativeness, uncompromisingly, uncertain, unchained, unchallenged, unchangeable, unchanged, unchanging, unchaperoned, uncharged, unchartered, unchastened, unchastised, unchecked, uncherished, unchewed, unchilled, unchivalrous, unchosen, unchristian, christened, unclaimed, about to be here for a minute. Unclarified, unclassifiable, unclean, uncleared, unclipped, unclawed, unclothed, unclouded, uncloyed, uncloaded, uncocked, pause, uncorroded, uncorrode, uncollectible, uncollected, uncollectable, uncolonized, uncolored, uncombined, uncombed, uncombinable, uncombined, uncomely, uncomforted, uncommissioned, uncommitted, uncompanionable, uncomplaining, uncompleted, uncomplicated, uncomplimentary, uncomplying, uncompounded, unconcerned, unconcernedly, unconcernedness, unconditionally, unconditioned, unconditionable, unconsciousness, unconscionable, unconscionableness, unconscionably, the unconscious, unconsciously, unconsciousness, unconstitutionality, unconstitutionally, uncourt, uncounted, uncoupled, uncouthly, uncouthness, uncover, unction, unctuosity, unctuousness, unctuously, uncut, uncomprehending, uncompressed, uncomputed, unconcealed, unconceited, unconcluded, uncondemned, uncondensed, unconfined, unconfirmed, unconfused, uncongenial, unconnected, unconquerable, unconquerable, unconscientious, unconsecrated, unconsidered, unconsoled, unconsolidated, unconstrained, unconstricted, unconsumed, uncontained, uncontaminated, uncontemplated, uncontemplated, contents, uncontested, uncontracted, uncontradictable, uncontradicted, uncontrollable, uncontrolled, unconverted, unconvinced, unconvincing, uncooked, uncooperative, uncoordinated, uncourt, uncorrected, uncorroborated, uncorrupted, uncountable, uncostious, uncredited, uncritical, uncrossed, uncrowded, uncrowned, uncrystallized, uncultivated, uncultured, uncurbed, uncurred, uncurl, undauntedly, undauntedness, undeceived, undecidedly, undecidedness, undeniable, undeniableness, underachieve, underact, underage, underarm, underbid, underbrush, underbuy, undercarriage, undercharge, underclassman, underclothes, underclothing, undercoat, undercover, undercurrent, undercut, undamaged, undamped, undated, undazzled, undebatable, undecayed, undecipherable, undeclared, undeclinable, undecorated, undefeatable, undefeated, undefended, undefiled, underdeveloped, underdue, underdog, underdone, underestimate, underestimation, underexposed, underexposure, underfeed, underfired, underfoot, undergarment, undergo, undergraduate, underground railroad, underground railway, undergrowth, underhand, underhandedly, underhandedness, underlay, underlie, underline, underlining, underlying, underminer, undermost, underneath, undernourished, underpass, undefinable, undefined, undelayed, undelivered, undemocratic, undemonstrable, demonstrable, undemonstrative, undenied, undenominational, undependable, undeplored, undeposed, undepraved, underpraved, underappreciated, underpay, underpining, or pinning, underpinning, underplay, underprivileged, underrate, underscore, underseas, undersecretary, undersell, undershirt, undershot, underside, undersigned, the undersigned, the undersized, underslung, understaffed, understandable, understandably, understanding, understate, understatement, understudy, undeserved, undeserving, undesignated, undesigned, undesigning, undesired, undesirous, undespairing, undestroyed, undesirous, actually, undetachable, undetached, undetected, undetermined, undeterred, underdeveloped, undeviating, undevoured, undevout, undifferentiated, undiffused, undigested, undigestible, undignified, undiluted, undiminished, undimmed, undiplomatic, undirected, undiscerned, undiscerning, undiscerning, undischarged, undisciplined, undisclosed, undiscouraged, underservice, undertaker, undertaking, undertone, undertow, undervalue, undervaluation, underwater, underwear, underweight, underwent, underwood, underworld, underwrite, underdesirable, underwriter. Undesirability, undesirably, undo or undoing, undone, undoubtedly, undraw, undress, undiscovered, undiscredited, undiscriminating, undiscussed, undisguised, undelusioned, undismayed, undismissed, undispatched, undismissed, undispatched, undispelled, undispensed, undisputed, undissected, undecimated, undecimated, undissolved, undistilled, undistinguished, undistracted, undistressed, undistributed, undisturbed, undiversified, undiverted, undivested, undivided, undivorced, undivulged, undomesticated, undoubting, undrained, undramatic, undraped, undreamed, undue, undulant, fever, undulated, undulative, undulatory, undulation, undulate, undying, unearthed, unearthliness, uneasy, uneasily, uneasiness, unemployable, unemployed, unemployment compensation, unequally, unequalness, unequaled, unequivocally, unequivocalness, unerring, unerringly, unerringness, UNESCO, undried, undrilled, undrinkable, undutiful, undyed, unearned, uneatable, uneaten, uneclipsed, uneconomical, undefying, uneducated, uneliminated, unemancipated, unembarrassed, unembellished, unemotional, unempathic, unemptied, unenclosed, unencumbered, unending, unendorsed, unendowed, unendurable, unenforceable, unenforced, unengaged, unenjoyable, unenlightened, unenriched, unenrolled, unenslaved, unentangled, unemprising, unenterprising, unentertaining, unenthusiastic, unentitled, unenvied, unequipped, unessential, unestablished, unestimated, unethical, uneventful, unexacting, unexaggerated, unexamined, unexcelled, unexchangeable, unexciting, unexcused, unexecuted, unexercised, unexhausted, unexpended, unexpired, unexplainable, unexplained, unexploded, unexploited, unevenness, unexample, unexceptional, unexceptionably, uh, unexceptionally, unexpectedly, unexpectedness, unfailingly, unfairly, unfairness, unfaithfully, unfaithfulness, unfamiliarity, unfavorable, unfavorably, unfeelingly, unfeelingness, unfeelingly, unfinished, unfitly, unfitness, unfixed, unfledged, unflinchingly, unfolder, unfortunate, unfortunately, unfortunateness, unfoundly, unfoundness, unfriendliness, unexplored, unexposed, unexpressed, unexpurgated, unextended, unextinguished, unfaded, unfading, unfalteringly, unfashionable, unfathomed, unfavored, unfeared, unfearing, unfeasible, unfederated, unfelt, unfeminine, unfenced, unfermented, unfertilized, unfettered, yeah, unfilial, unfilled, unfilmed, unfiltered, unfitting, unfixed, unflagging, unflattering, unflavored, unfleshly, unflickering, unforbearing, unforbidden, unforced, unforeboding, unforeseen, unforested, unforfeited, unforged, unforgetful, unforgettable, unforgivable, unforgiven, unforgiving, unforgotten, unformed, unformulated, unforsaking, unfortified, unfought, unframed, unfranchised, unfraternal, unfreezable, unfrequented, unfrocked, unfurled, ungainliness, ungodliness, ungovernable, ungovernableness, ungovernably, ungraciously, ungraciousness, unguardedly, unguentary, ungulary, unguentary is what I think it is. Ungular, ungulate, unhallowed, unhand, unhappily, unhappiness, unhealthy, unhealthiness, unheard of, unhinged, unhitch, unholy, unholiness, unhook, unhorse, unhumanly, unhumanist, uni, unlad, unfrozen, unfruitful, unfulfilled, unfurnished, unfurrowed, ungallant, ungarnished, undulant, ungathered, ungenerous, ungenial, ungentle, ungentlemanly, ungifted, ungird, unglazed, ungloved, unglued, ungoverned, ungraceful, ungraded, ungrained, ungrammatical, ungrateful, ungratified, ungrounded, ungrudging, unguided, unhampered, unhandicapped, unhandled, unhandsome, unhandy, hanged, unharassed, unhardened, unharmed, unharmful, unharmonious, unharnessed, unharrowed, unharvested, unhatched, unhealed, unhealthful, unheeded, unheeding, unhelped, unhelpful, unheralded, unheroic, unhesitating, unhindered, unhired, unhistoric, unhonored, uneate, unicameral, unicellular, unicorn, unicycle, unification, uniform with, uniformly, uniformness, uniformity, unifiable, unifier, unilaterally, unilateralism, unilaterally, unimpeachable, unimpeachableness, unimpeachably, unimproved, the union, unhoped for, unhoused, unhung, unheard, unhurt, unhygienic, unhyphenated, unidentified, unidiomatic, unilluminated, unillustrated, unimaginable, unimaginative, unimagined, unimbued, unimbued, unimitated, unimpaired, unimpassioned, unimpeded, unimposing, unimpressed, unimpressible, unimpressive, unincorporated, unindexed, unindicated, uninfected, uninfested, uninflammable, uninflected, uninfluenced, uninformed, uninhabited, uninhibited, uninjured, uninspired, uninstructed, uninsurable, uninsured, unintelligent, unintelligible, unintended, unintentional, uninterested, uninteresting, uninterrupted, unintimidated, uninventive, uninvested, uninvited, uninviting, uninvolved, Union City, unionism, unionistic, unionized, unionization, Union Jack, Union of South Africa, Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, Union Shop, Union Soup, uniquely, uniqueness, unisexual, in unison, unitarian, unitary, Unitarianism, unitary, uniter, unitedly, unitedness, United Arab Republic, United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, United Nations, United Provinces, United States of America, unitize, unissued, unjoined, unjudged, unjudicial, unjustifiable, unkept, unkind, unkindled, unkingly, unkissed, unknit, unity, univalent, monevolent, univalency, univolved, univolvular, universalness, universalism, universality, universalized, universal joint or coupling, universally, universal suffrage, university, unjoined, unjustly, unjustness, unkemptly, unkemptness, unkindly, unkindness, unknown, unlaced, unlaid, unlatched, unlawful, unlaid, unlearned, unknot, unknowable, unknowing, unlabeled, unladylike, unlamented, unlaundered, unlearnedly, unlearnedness, unleash, unless, unlettered, unlikeness, unlikelihood, unlikeliness, unlimited, unlimited, unlimitedness, unload, unlock, unlooked for, unloose, unloosen, unluckiness, unmake, unmannerly, unmannerliness, unmask, unmeaning, unleash, unleaven, unleavified, unless, license, unlifelike, unlighted, unlikable, unlikably, unlined, unlikable, unlined, unlisted, unlit, unlively, unlocated, unlovable, unloved, unlovely, unlubricated, unmagnified, unmaidenly, unmailable, unmanageable, unmanly, unmannered, unmanufactured, unmarketable, unmarred, unmarried, unmastered, unmatched, unmated, unmatured, unmeasurable, unmeasured, unmechanical, unmedicated, unmelodious, or unmelodious, unmelted, unmended, unmentioned, unmerited, unmethodical, unmilitary, unmilled, unmindful, unmingled, unmistaking, unmitigable, or mitigable, unmixed, unmodified, unmoistened, unmowed, unmolested, unmollified, unmoored, unmortgaged, unmotivated, unmounted, unmourned, unmovable, unmoved, unmoving, unmown, unmuffled, unmurmuring, unmusical, unmystified, unnail, unnameable, unnamed, unmeaningly, unmeaningness, unmentionably, unmentionableness, unmerciful. Still got ways to go. Alright. Unmerciful, unmercifulness, unmistakableness, unmistakably, unmitigated, unmorality, unmorally, unmuzzle, unnaturally, unnaturalness, unnecessary, unnecessarily, unnerved, unnumbered, unoccupied, unorganized, unpacked, unpaged, unparalleled, unparliamentary, unparliamentarily, unpegged, unpegged, unpeopled, unnaturalized, unavocable, unneeded, unneedful, unnegotiable, unneighborly, unnoted, unnoticeable, unnoticed, unnurtured, unobjectionable, unobliged, unobliging, unobscured, unobservant, unobserved, unobserving, unobstructed, unobtainable, unobtrusive, unoccasioned, unoffending, unoffensive, unoffered, unofficial, unofficious, unoiled, unopened, unopposed, unoppressed, unordained, unoriginal, unornamental, unorthodox, unostentatious, unowned, unoxidized, unpacified, unpaid for, unpainful, unprepared, unpaired, unpalatable, unpardonable, unpardoned, unpartisan, unpasteurized, unpatented, unpatriotic, unpaid, unpeaceful, unpenetrated, unpensioned, unperceived, unperceiving, unperfective, unperformed, unperplexed, unpersuadable, unpersuaded, unpersuasive, unperturbed, unperused, unphilosophical, unphonetic, unpicked, unpierced, unpiled, unpinned, unpleasantly, unpleasantness, unplumbed, unpoiled, unpopularity, popularly, unpracticed, unprejudiced, unprecedentedly, one of them, unpriced, unprincipled, unprintable, unprofessionally, unqualifiedly, unqualifiedness, unquestionable, unquestionably, unquietly, unquietness, unquote, unravel, unready, unpitied, unpitied, unpitying, unpitying, unpitied, unpitying, unplaced, unplayed, unplanned, unplanted, unplayed, unpleasing, unpledged, unpliable, unplowed, unplucked, unplugged, unpoetical, unpointed, unpoised, unpolished, unpolitical, unpolluted, unpopulated, unposted, unpredictable, unpremediated, unprepared, unprepossessing, unprescribed, unpresentable, unpressed, unpretending, unpretentious, unpreventable, unprinted, unprivileged, unprocessed, unprocurable, unproductive, unprofane, unprofitable, unprogressive, unpromising, unprompt, what? Pronoun. Okay, unpronounceable, unpronounced. The morning sniffles, man. Unpropitious, unproportionate, unprosperous, unprotected, unproved, unproven, unprovided, unprovoked, unpruned, unpublished, unpunctual, unpunished, unpurchasable, unpurged, unpurified, unpiercing, unquailing, unqualifying, unquenchable, unquestioned, unquestioning, unquotable, unraised, unransomed, unrated, unratified, unreachable, unreadable, unrealized, unreasoned, unrebuked, unrecepted, unreceived, unreceptive, unreceipted, unreceipted, unreclaimed, unrecognizable, unrecognized, unrecommended, recompensed, unrecompensed, unreadily, unreadiness, unreality, unrealness, unreasonably, unreasoningly, unreconstructed, unreal, unregenerateness, unrelentingly, unrelentingness, unreligiously, unreligiousness, unrementingness, unreservedly, unriddled, unrighteousness, unrivaled, unruffled, unruliness, unsaddled, unreconcilable, unreconciled, unrecorded, unrecruited, unredeemed, unrefined, unreflected, unreflecting, unreformed, unrefreshed, unregarded, unregistered, unregulated, unrehearsed, unrelated, unrelaxed, unreliable, unrelieved, unremediated, unremembered, unremovable, unremoved, unremunerative, unrendered, unrenowned, unrented, unrepaid, unrepairable, unrepaired, unrepealed, unrepentant, unrepenting, unreplaced, unreplenished, unreported, unrepresentative, unrepresented, unrepressed, unreproved, unrequested, unrequited, unresented, unresentful, unresigned, unresisted, unresisting, unresolved, unrespectable, unresponsive, unrested, unrestrainable, unrestrained, unrestricted, unretarded, unretentive, unretracted, unretrieved, unreturned, unrevealed, unrevenged, unreversed, unrevised, unrevoked, unrewarded, unrhetorical, unrhymed, unrhythmical, unrighted, unrightful, unrusted, unromantic, unrounded, unruled, unsafe, unsaid, unsaintly, unsalable, unsalaried, unsalable, unsalted, unsanctified, unsavory, unsavourly, unsavoriness, 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 unsay, unscathed, unscramble, unscrew, unscrupulously, unscrupulousness, unseal, unsearchable, unsearchably, unseasonableness, unseasonably, unseat, unseemliness, unsettle, unsex, unshackle, unseathe, unship, unsightliness, unskilled, unskillfully, unskillfulness, unsnap, unsanctioned, unsanitary, unsated, unsatiable, unsatisfactory, unsatisfied, unsatisfying, unsaturated, unsaved, unsawn, unsayable, unscaled, unscanned, unscared, unscented, unscheduled, unscholarly, unschooled, unscientific, unscorched, unscorned, unscored, unscourged, unscraped, unscratched, unscreened, unscriptural, unscriptured, unseamed, unseasoned, unseaworthy, unseconded, unsectarian, unsecured, unseated, unseeing, unseen, unsegmented, unseized, unselected, unselfish, unsentimental, unserved, unserviceable, unset, unserved, unsue, unshaded, unshadowed, unshakable, unshaken, unshamed, unshaped, unshapely, unshared, unshaved, unshaven, unshed, unshell, unsheltered, unshowed, unshorn, unshrinkable, unshrinking, unshriven, unshrunk, unshut, unsifted, unsighted, unsnarl, and unsociably, unsociability, unsociably, unsolder, unsoldier, unsophisticatedly, unsophistication, unsoundly, unsoundness, unsparingly, unsparingness, unspeakable, unspeakably, unspeakableness, unstableness, unstably, unsteadily, unsteadiness, unstop, unstrap, unstring, unstrung, unstudied, unsubstantiality, unsubstantially, unsuitable, unsuitability, unsuitableness, unsuitably, unsung, unsigned, unsilenced, unsimilar, unsingable, unsingable, unsisterly, unsized, unslacked, unsleeping, unsmiling, unsmoked, unsoaked, unsocial, unsoftened, unsoiled, unsoldierly, unsolicited, unsolvable, unsolvable, unsolved, unsorted, unsought, unsounded, unsold, unsown, unspecified, unspent, unspilled, unspiritual, unspoiled, unspoken, unsportsmanlike, unsprinkled, unsprung, unsquandered, unstained, unstamped, unstandardized, unstarched, unstated, unstatesmanlike, unstemmed, unsterilized, unstinted, unstitched, unstressed, unstressed, unstriated, unstruck, unstuffed, unsubdued, unsubmissible, unsubscribed, unsubsidized, unsubstantiated, unsuccessful, unsuggestive, unsuited, unsullied, unsupportable, unsupported, unsure, unsurmountable, unsurpassable, unsurpassed, unsusceptible, unsuspected, unsuspecting, untangle, untaught, unthankful, unthankfully, unthankfulness, unthinkable, unthinkably, unthinkingly, unthinkingness, unthread, untidily, untidiness, untie, until, untimely, untimeness, untold, untouchable, untouchability, untowardly, untowardness, untrue, untruly, untruthful, untruthfulness, untutored, untwined, untwist, unused, unsuspicious, unsustained, unswayed, unsweetened, unswept, unswerving, unsymmetrical, unsympathetic, unsympathizing, unsystematic, untactful, untainted, untalented, untamable, untamed, untamed, untapped, untarnished, untasted, untaxable, untaxed, unteachable, untempered, untenable, untenanted, untenanted, untended, terrified. I don't know if I said unintended, but untested, untether, unteether, unthanked, unthatched, untheatrical, unthoughtful, unthought of, unthrifty, untillable, untilled, untinged, untired, untiring, untitled, untouched, untraceable, untraced, untracked, untractable, untrained, untrammeled, untransferable, untranslated, untransmitted, untrapped, untraveled, untraversable, untraversed, untreasured, untried, untrimmed, untroubled, untrust, untrustworthy, untough, untunable, unusually, unusualness, unutterable, unutterably, unvarnished, unveiled, unwarily, unwareness, unwell, unwhelp, unwholesomely, unwholesomeness, unwieldily, unwieldiness, unwillingly, unwillingness, unwind, unwisely, unwittingly, unwittingness, unwanted, unwantedness, unworthy, unworthily, unworthiness, unwrapped, unwritten law, unyoked, untunned, untuneful, untuned, unturned, untwilled, untypical, unusual, unutilized, unuttered, unvaccinated, unvacillating, unvalued, unvanquished, unvaried, unvarying, unventilated, unverifiable, unverified, unversed, unvexed, unvisited, unvoiced, unvulcanized, unawakened, unwalled, unwanted, unwarlike, unwarmed, unwarned, unwarranted, unwashed, unwatched, unwasted, unwavering, unweakened, unweaned, unwearable, unwearied, unwearing, unweathered, unweave, unwed, unwedded, unweeded, unwelded, unwifely, unwilled, unwincing, unwinking, unwithered, unwitnessed, unwomanly, unwooded, unwoed, unworkable, unworked, unworkmanlike, unworldly, unworn, worshipped, unwounded, unwoven, unwrinkled, unwrought, unyielding, unyouthful, unzealous, on the up and up against, up and doing, up for, up on, or in, ups and downs, up to, up and coming, up and down, upbeat, upbuzz, upborn, upbraider, upbraiding, upcountry, update, upbend, upgrade, on the upgrade, upheaval, upheave, uphill, upholder, upholster, upholstered, upholster, upholstery, UPI, upkeep, upland, uplift, brazier or brasser, uplifter, upon, uplands, uppers, uppercase, upper class, upperclassman, uppercut, upper hand, upper house, uppermost, upper volta, uppershly, uppersness, upraise, uprear, uprightly, uprightness, upright, piano, uprising, uproariously, uproariousness, uproot, upsetter, upshot, upsider, upside down, upcilling, upstage, upstairs, upstanding, upstart, upstate, upstater, upstream, upsurge, upsweep, upswing, uptake, upthrust, uptight, up to dateness, uptown, upturn, upward of, upwardly, upwardness, upwards, Ural, Altate, Uralian, Uralic, Urania, Uranium, Uranus, urbane, urbanely, urbanus, urbanity, urbanized, urchin, urbanization, urchin, urdu, Ureal, uremia, uremic, ureteral, ureteric, urethral, urgency, urgently, uric acid, urinalysis, urine analysis, urinary, urinate, urination, urinative, urination, urinative, urinogenital, orogenital, urology, urological, urologist, uroscopic, ursa major, ursa minor, ursin, ursin, ursulin, urticary, or ursulin, urigay, or urigayan. Wow. USA, usable, usability, usableness, USAF, usage, USCG, use, have no use for, and use, make use of, put to use, user, usefully, usefulness, uselessly, uselessness, USES, U-shaped, usher it, USIA, USMA, USMC, USNA, USNG, USNR, USO, USP, US farm, P farm, USSR, as usual, usually, usualness, usufructuary, 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 usurer, usufructuary. That's funny. Usuriousness, usurper, usurpingly, usurpation, USURY, Utah, utensil, uterine, uterus, utica, utilization, utilitarianism, utility, utilizable, utilization, utilizer, utmost, Uto-Aztecan, Uto-Aztecan, utopianism, utric or utricular, alter, pratish or pratish, alter pratish, alterly, alterable, utterer, utterance, uttermost, uvular, uxoriously, uxoriousness, Uzbek, Soviet Socialist Republic. Let me make sure something. Hold on, y'all. Uzbek Soviet Socialist Republic. Uzbek Soviet Socialist Republic. All right, y'all. That's the U bars, man. We're gonna be on here here in a couple hours. About to get a little bit of rest and then get back on here as soon as I can. So subscribe. U bars. You already know what it is, man.